heavens background. Thank you. Greetings. Hello, everybody. Oh, it is about to storm. There's a storm out over the ocean. First thing, let me say this. Y'all are going to have to excuse my voice. Because my voice is recovering from, I had some with my tonsils going on. And so my voice is in recovery. Okay. So I got a little smoky voice right now. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me put this here. And we're gonna get started. So the people have also asked me to do this. They're like, are you gonna get back to doing readings and stuff and all that jazz? And I'm like, when the spirit tell me to do that. And so the spirit told me to do it today. And so I'm doing it today. So if you would like to get on the list, it's $20. And it's right there on the screen. And so what this is going to consist of today is what season you are in. For those that may not know, hi, I know it's been a while, Ethereal Vortex. A while. For those that don't know, I am, yes, it's right. It's on the screen. And when you send your full birthday as well, month, day, and year. I'm a Afro-numerologist as well as clairvoyant. And so we're going to be combining all of that there to get you some good information to the season that you are in. What I find is very important for us in our journey of awareness is that we start to pay attention to the patterns. The patterns. What's going on in the universe? What is our life telling us? Hey, Melanin Goddess. What is our life telling us? When we are able to get clear on the patterns of life, everything is, I'm not going to say, well, no, I am going to say, it is a lot easier. And we are able to move through the pain, through the pain, without the suffering. And we've talked about that. We talked about that yesterday, after the day before yesterday. We talked about pain versus suffering. Okay. And so we're going to get into that. Let me see who has come through here. There is Deja and Katina. I see both of you all on my list. Deja and Katina. Just the birthday. Any questions included? More so this is not necessarily for questions, more so with what it is that we bring up about what's going on in the energy. You can ask questions and things concerning that. And that is also going to help paint a context to what it is that you're experiencing. But yeah, why not? Yeah, you know what? You can ask a question. But let's keep it in the realm of what's going on. Okay. Before we get started, I know like I have Deja and Katina. Yes, I have Deja and Katina. And then yeah, that's all I have right now. I want to talk about the energy and the spirit and the movement of today. Today, this is 4/18, 2026. Today is a number 5 day. 5 is the number of movement and change and liberation and messaging and disruption. 5 is not a day where there is a still energy. 5 is literally as a day like the wind that is blowing through an open window that refuses to be contained. 5 will shift, will move, will push something out of place so it can be replaced correctly. When we have a 5 universal day, we have to be mindful as a collective to not be hasty. We have to be mindful to be calculated in our movement. And so I also want us to pay attention to our impulses today. I want us to make sure that we are not being impulsive. I want you to pay attention to sudden conversations, changes in routine, changes in feeling. I want you to watch for people popping up out of the blue. Pay attention to opportunities that may feel chaotic. All right. And also when you have an urge today to break your own rule. And we don't want to do that. There's a difference between freedom and recklessness. So I want us to be mindful of that today. It's a number 5 day. So good old movement. You want to pray for some movement. You feel you're in a stuck position. The universe is in alignment with that energy on today. All right. So you want to do your meditation, your prayers, anything that you do, affirmations concerning that. All right. So now that that is out of the way, we'll start with Deja. And Deja, what is your user? Which one are you on here with these usernames? We got some mystical usernames on here, so I don't know which one you are. We got to be mindful of the mystical usernames. 595. Let me look at this. 19. 1. It's a 7 year plus 4. Plus 1. 7 year plus 4. Master number 11. So year. The math is trying not to math. Okay. Oh, got you. Melon got us 15. Got it. Period. Okay, Deja. Let's look at this. 9/15. So I'm gonna double check what year this is for you. Yeah. 7. This is April. It was 11. Okay. And I just want to tell you, you gave me a reading 2.5 years ago, and I did everything that you said. And I just wanted to say thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you. Because I'm in such a better place. Oh, that's a blessing. Thank you for coming back and letting me know that. I appreciate you. I don't know what I said, but I'm glad that it was the right thing. Okay, Deja. So this year, you are in a 7 personal year. Okay. 7 is the number of the mystic. 7 is the number of isolation, of reflection. 7 tends to be an energy that moves you away and separates you so that you can do your personal examination. That's the energy of the 7 year. This month of April. So this is that 7 energy is the fullness of this entire year. I got your ethereal vortex. Hey everybody. That's the year. All right. Tons of reflection, tons of analysis, tons of what may feel like more of you being a student and observer than you are actually getting movement and motion. It is absolutely a season of solitude. The purpose of the 7 year is to strip you of the things that are distractors, that are illusions, so that you are able to fully see and discern yourself. Okay? So that's what you have to keep in mind. All right? Sorry, let me just do this. Why y'all do this to me? Put the stuff where it needs to be. Anyway, and I'm back. All right. So that's what you need to know that this year is about. So that's the curriculum of this year for you. When you look at and I saw Christina and I saw Ethereal Vortex, I saw y'all get added to the list. So that's the curriculum. This month of April is a master number 11 month for you. What that means is that this is a month of spiritual activation and a heightened awareness. Okay? No problem, Ethereal. I can definitely get you some clarity with that. All right? Master number 11 is not a light energy, period. Master number 11 is very heavy. And what you have to be mindful of is being overwhelmed and overloaded. So this way you need to make sure you're putting your oil on your head, wherever you cover your head, protect your head. Being very mindful of the thoughts and energy that you engage with, because it's like electricity. Okay? So what is happening in your life when you are in a 7 year, in that master number 11 month? You are having things and people pulled away from you. That's the 7. The overthinking and the deep thinking. That's the 7 and the master number 11. There's a spiritual sensitivity that is on high. That's your master number 11. Okay? There's also you seeing things clearly, and maybe it will feel like you're seeing things too clearly. Okay? So, and in that, there is an innate feeling of being alone and feeling misunderstood. Are those things that you have been cycling through this month, Deja? Not to mention those 2 numbers multiply dreams, signs, and intuition. So that child would be real loud. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the 7. Yeah. And so also the month is not over, right? So be mindful of that. So we have isolation and we have avoidance. Are you actually going inward and asking yourself, Spirit, what are you revealing to me about this? Or are you hiding from life? Okay? That's the pattern that you need to notice. Where am I actually going inward? And also, or where have I been hiding from life? Because that is going to get clear in revealing where is the intuition in operation and where is the anxiety in operation. You've been avoiding. Okay, got it. That Master 11 is going to bring the anxiety. And if you don't trust what it is that you're sensing, right? So what are you avoiding? What's the avoiding? You say, now I'm dealing with real life shit. Dear God. What's the real life shit? Your responsibilities, your healing, that's what you've been avoiding. And I might be getting evicted. Okay. So the eviction is a part of you avoiding the responsibilities. This is what I would say to you. Two cards came out here. Cato, who's the ancestor of travel. And there's also a proverb that says, hear first and look second. Where it is that you're living, is this something that is actually affordable for you? And have you been getting the sense that this particular place and this chapter is complete? And that you need to move? Cato comes as, no, it's not affordable. Okay. Cato comes as a direct message from the ancestors that this is, you can look at this as, I'm failing, I'm not doing this, I'm not making it. Or you can look at this as, this has been your sign to move. You have not moved. This place has not been affordable, and you should have been gone somewhere else. And so now you are put in a position where it is move or be moved. Or be moved, period. Okay? What is not going to help you is for you to go through the spiral of, I can't believe this, why is this happening? This should not be happening. If you know that the spirit has been telling you to move, part because this is not affordable and you haven't moved, being put in a situation to move is actually spirit shoving you into what it is that you need to do. So there is going to be a move, okay? And so what you need to understand in this moment is, what have you actually been avoiding? Yes, you said responsibilities. Yes, you said healing, but also your spirit and your intuition. I'm glad to see you're at peace with whatever the outcome is. Okay. Got it. And so when someone claimed the apartment before you could make a deposit, did that discourage you? Yeah, I was very discouraged. Okay, I understand. So in this moment, you are being stripped of all distractions so that you can see this thing clearly. Okay? This is a season where we need to reflect on the decision that we have made while we continue to go against ourselves, um, go against what we know, go against our Ori. And the master number 11 is turn up the volume. Okay? And so, will you hear and do in accordance to what it is that you're hearing? Okay? That's this season. This is the season of movement so that you can hear clearer. Not just be consumed with what this looks like. No problem, Ethereal. If this is, you can come back to this as well. It's going to be recorded. So I'm still going to go in the order. Okay? So I got Katina, then I have I'll look at my list, but I'm still going to go in the order so you can always rewind. Okay? So you can hear first and look second. I know you you a number 6 soul nature person, which means that appearances and aesthetics and things really matter to you. And so how things look home really matters to you. And yes, that's good. However, comma, you also have to do what is best for your home. And so that is you putting yourself in a place that is better for you to afford and that you can make your own without having to stress yourself out financially. Okay? So responsibility is always going to be a lesson for you. So hop on it now. You have a 6 that's a part of your soul nature, and that's also a part of your ancestral current. So that is ancestral energy. You are healing through you taking this by the horns, accepting what is, and going in the flow of life. You are choosing, hey Jay, you are course correcting generational issues with security, with appearances, with home, and you are healing your ancestral line in that way. So that's the season. Honor this season. You are going to come out of this with a clarity that most people will never reach. Okay? If you resist, that's when you start to feel the confusion and the anxiety. Okay? That's your evidence. If I start feeling confused, ask yourself, Deja, what am I resisting? Okay? Thank you, Deja. All is well. All is well. We just have to collectively go with the flow of life, and we have to stop going against life. Okay? And we're grateful for the transition into our next. I got Katina, Christina, then I got Chibi. 923. Come with me. No, 1223, excuse me. 1223. Katina, so that means you are in I do that right? Oh, no. That's right. So this means 9. Was this a 9 year for you? 9 plus 4 and 4. Hi, Katina. Solitude does not mean being alone all the time, right? No, that's isolation. Solitude means I am intentionally with myself. I am very intentional about the time that I am spending with myself. And it's not being alone. It moves you away from things. But again, that's a perspective. Am I gonna be all alone? Or am I being placed with myself so that I can get clear? Because clearly me being around everybody else has been the motherfucking problem. Excuse me. Okay. Bringing the confusion. So not all alone, just intentional time with yourself. That makes sense? Again, y'all got to excuse my voice today. All right. Katina, let's look at this. Katina, you are in a 9 personal year this year. You're welcome, Deja. Now that's one thing, I'm going to break it down. You are in a 9 personal year this year. The number of the ancestors, the number of endings, of transition, of release. Okay? The number of the healer and the humanitarian. That is the energy of 9. This month is a personal 4 month for you. For the number of routine, stability, grounding, structure. So, what's happening in your life now is that this is a closing year, a cleansing, closing year. But 4 is a work month. So this year feels like life is ending in chapters, things coming to a close, but still requiring effort this month and discipline and responsibility. This means that you having to handle business and you're having to let go and release. In fact, letting go, release, moving forward is a part of handling business. This is physically and this is emotionally. Anytime we find ourselves in a 9 year, the body is going to detox and you're going to find yourself needing to declutter, throw away, get rid of, and release. Okay? That's the 9 year. So 3, 5, yeah. So the pattern. This is what you need to notice, Katina, about what's going on right now. Resistance to doing the work while things are ending. Pay attention to that pattern. Feeling tired, wanting to check out, still having obligations, but also trying to control endings, holding on to what's already complete, and overthinking instead of releasing. Okay? That pattern's gonna be there. 9, that 9 energy gonna make you think of all the reasons why you should, maybe you shouldn't, your feelings, your emotions, but the category is release. Release. Okay? I always look in this energy, and the dues is to handle your responsibilities, but with discipline. We're not being reckless with nothing. Organizing our life, closing things out complete and properly, conversations, deals, whatever business. Creating structure during transition. Do not avoid duties. Don't try to rush it in. And also don't hold on to things out of fear. Okay? And it's a part of your sacred count with all your numbers that you got. Your 3, 5, 1, and 9. This is very important there. I want to pull some ancestor cards to get some information for you. Come on now. Come on. And I know it's true. You got Grandma Arizona. Grandma Arizona is the ancestor of order. You also have a proverb that comes out of here. Oh, and I'm going to tap on this. First, when Arizona comes out of here, Arizona it represents the ancestors in your lineage that were neat freaks, that were organized, that were consistent, that were timely women, timely people. I'm just gonna say this. I'm not sure who is the lady. They keep showing me like or making me taste pepper or hot pepper. So I'm not sure if this is a woman that actually cook with spices or hot pepper, love hot food, or she was just a spicy woman. Okay, but there's an ancestor here that was very peppery. That's the best way I can describe it. They kept showing me that while I was pulling these cards here that's coming to support this. So think of somebody, it's a woman that's very spicy, very peppery, very normally it'd be at the tongue where like they get real spicy with you. Okay. So I want to say that. But what is very important with this Arizona coming through is that the message here is you need to look where you are out of order, where there's chaos, because chaos begets chaos. And so you need to clear out clutter, sit with yourself, get clear, clarify what is my goal, what's my vision and strategies, because all of this has been cluttered. Okay, getting real junky. All right. And that just brings you into a space of overwhelm. Clear the space, get the stuff organized so that you can see what you have and what you need to release. Your aunt who just passed, a very organized lady, sharp tongue too. Period. This is literally who Arizona represents. Okay. And so, I'm going to continue right now. There's 2 more people. Hey, Jamia, on the list after that, which is Christina and then Ethereal Vortex. Okay. Well, we send peace to that ancestor that has come through, who has passed. Honey, she is coming to say, No chaos, girl. You know how I am. Ancestral order, okay? This also is a proverb that comes through for you, which is the bread you have is worth more than the fish you don't. The bread you have is worth more than the fish you do not have. Okay? And I love that affirmation and that proverb because, give me 1 second. Because it's coming to remind you to also check the complaining spirit. If you find yourself constantly complaining about what you don't have, this, that, and the third, where you supposed to be, where you not, that you are in the process dishonoring what you do have. Your ancestors, your spirit team, your energies have given you more than you need. And so you must not allow an energy of comparison to cause you to become bratty or insecure about the blessings that you already have, right? So cherish what you have currently and show yourself responsible for receiving more by also removing the stuff that you no longer need, right? That's a part of that detoxing and that decluttering. Last thing I want to say is at the bottom of the deck is Aunt Honey, who's the ancestor of judgment. Now, when Aunt Honey comes up here, and Aunt Honey in particular comes up here in reverse, Aunt Honey is talking about a very specific type of energy. Aunt Honey, just from an ancestral point, represents ancestors. I got you, Jamia. Ancestors who in your lineage was about justice and was about fairness. All right. This is that ancestral energy. Those who didn't play no games. When we have this in reverse, this tends to speak to us allowing our emotions to cloud our judgment. And in particular, when we are in a year that is centered around release, there is something that we just ain't trying to let go. And our emotions behind that is not allowing us to be impartial and make clear judgments. Okay? So I want you to settle that in your spirit in this season. Release what is your responsibility, what is not your responsibility. Get your stuff in order together. See what you need and what you don't need. Detox, cleanse, release, because this is a year of closure, because you're ushering into the new beginning. I would say, let your prayer be spirit. Show me what I need to release so that I can walk into my next, because your next is next year. Okay? Got it? Thank you, Katina. And come on, ancestor. Honey, coming through. Thank you. I have Christina, then Chibi, then Jamia. Christina, are you here right now? Yes, you are. I still remember it. Okay. 26. Okay. You're so welcome. Peace, peace, peace. Okay, let me see. 5883. You better know your spiritual social security. I know you better know it. Baby, Christina is on it. Okay. Yes, she is. All right. So Christina, I believe 5 plus 26 plus 1. Got it. So Christina, you are in a 5 universal year this year. 5 is the number of movement, of change, of liberation, of impatience, of messaging. 5 is movement, movement, movement. Okay. And 5 can also be chaos, chaos, chaos in the sense of just so much going on. Not necessarily chaos in the 9 traditional way of just things coming to a close. No, no, no. You're next. I'm on Christina right now. Then it'll be you, Ethereal. You right on time. You didn't miss nothing. So 5 is change. This month of April, this current season, is a 9 personal month for you. So you got change plus endings and completions and release, liberation and release. So life feels like things shifting fast, letting go of people and habits and situations, feeling the urge to release. Okay. Unexpected changes or decisions, because that's 5. That's that 5 energy. And feeling like, baby, everything's moving. I can hardly hold on to it. That's what it feels like. Okay. And that is what happens when you got a 5 year and you in a 9 month. So what you need to pay attention to, the pattern that you need to notice is chaos, where chaos is happening and where transformation is happening. So notice where you're feeling scattered. Something feeling scattered. Someone is feeling scattered all over the place. Jumping from one thing to the next. So we started one thing and going to the next thing. And also not grounding the changes. So even if I'm starting here and I have to jump here, am I grounding myself or I'm just running and jumping? Okay. Also, where you are holding on during a month of release, the thing you should choose is release. If I feel like I need to let this go, let it go. Release it. That could come in the cry, that could come in the blocking, that could come in the new boundary setting. Okay? That's a part of that. It's also when you have a 9, those ancestors be real active, by the way. 9 is the number of the ancestors. And so what you want to do is, when you experience change this year, embrace the change. The suffering occurs when we go against the reality. Remember that. Embrace it. Okay, this is what it is. I don't got to like it, but this is what I'm doing. I'm moving forward with this, right? Or this is scary to me, but I'm going to go. I'm not going to be going in the opposite direction because everything in life is telling me this is where we at and this is what we doing, right? We want to do that. We want to embrace the change. We want to let go of what's ending, what we know is ending. We want to release it, okay? Because us knowing something is ending and we're not releasing it is us going against the flow of life. We also want to stay flexible because 5 is an adaptable energy, but we want to be intentional. Intentionality is the difference between freedom and recklessness. You said, I've been feeling it. I've been setting a lot of health goals and I got the promotion. Now I'm nervous about the change. It's what I wanted and now I'm second guessing it. Gotcha. This is why this is important. So we can know the energy and the pattern. So that's the movement. You got the promotion, right? All that is happening in your favor. Staying flexible, releasing that fear. Don't second guess it. This is the movement. Going with the flow of life. All right? Don't go against it because if it wasn't supposed to happen, you wouldn't have got the promotion. Okay? Do not resist the change. Your impulsive thing would be to be like, nah, I don't want to do this. No. Go forth. Okay? Go forth. Stay centered and focused. Let's get some ancestor cards for you. Okay, so a couple of cards came out of here. 3 cards to be exact. First card that came out of here is Miss Sarah. Miss Sarah is the ancestor of mothering. When Miss Sarah comes through, she represents ancestors in your lineage who were excellent mothers. The matriarchs, the women who hosted the family dinners, who cared for everyone, who raised generations after generations. So why they keep showing me like soft linen. I don't know if this is like pinks or like pastels or I don't know. They show me like soft white linen or soft like pink fabric, but then I also see like lace, like old lace fabric. This feels connected to like a grandmother energy of yours, who is connected to this Miss Sarah energy. These are women with huge hearts. These are the mothers. So this card comes in reverse to highlight the ways in which you must heal the doing everything for others and leaving your cup dry. We got to release that. Okay? We had to release that. The universal law of reciprocity is fundamental and must be honored. That needs to be something that is a non-negotiable for you in this season. You are not in a space where we finna be overgiving and overextending. 5 years is already moving a lot. It will only wear you down and slip you into a self-negligence. So this also reverse points to a mother wound. Okay? How you hold your mother's energy in your body makes all the difference. And this is a card that speaks to new perspectives and boundaries are required and must be actionized. So do warm baths, honey, home cooked meals, hugs, all that, releasing. But don't do overgiving and overextending. Okay? She could sew really well. Oh, your grandmother loved lace and pretty fabrics. Okay. Got it. That makes sense. I was like, I keep seeing these pretty fabrics. I was like, and lace. I was like, I don't know what that, but that tracks. Okay. So this is her energy. I also want to say the other cards that come out here for you is the balloon. You have the balloon reversed. The balloon is speaking to a lack. The balloon is a card of celebration. So when the balloon shows up in reverse, it brings into question, have you been celebrating your wins? Have you celebrated your promotion? Christina? No. Christina. Can you please do that? Just go eat somewhere. Do something, one thing. Can you please do that? Please. Just do it. Okay? Right. If you don't celebrate, please give yourself a thank you. Jamia said you need to give yourself a day or something. My friend is planning something. Okay, good. And let them do it. And you better go and you better enjoy it. Because this is your time to celebrate. Okay? There is another object that comes up here, which is the medicine bottles. And so the medicine bottle is just a reminder to you that you need to continue to take care of your physical body. Take your vitamins. Keep your health a priority. What goes on in the physicals are manifestations of energetic happenings. Okay? So make sure the perspectives you hold in your body, okay, are not cancerous to you. The vessel must be well. Got to keep the vessel well so we can actually enjoy all of the other things, okay? Who and what am I allowing within my body? Whose thoughts, whose words, whose energy, what music, what foods, what things? What do I need to purge? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to detox out of my body to make sure that my vessel is well? Because that is the priority. I've been sensing that too. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Grace and rhythm to your grandmother with all her beautiful fabrics and things. We 2 for 2. Oh, and I got my happy pills. So I feel so much better. Well, come on, medicine bottles. That's the confirmation. That's the confirmation. Very good. Thank you, Christina. That's your confirmation. You're doing the right thing. Thank you, Christina. I got Chibi now. I got Ethereal Vortex, excuse me, and then I have Jamia. Ethereal Vortex, are you here? Yeah. We just got to know what's going on in our life. What's the rhythm of our life right now? What's the pattern? So we could be on point. It's my turn. I'm hella nervous. Don't be nervous. Don't get scared. This light work. This light work. Yes, I got your date of birth. 9-1. So I already know what. Let me see. You said. Let me look at this. 3. Oh. So you are a natural humanitarian. You're a natural healer, feeler. You're a natural empath. You sense and feel everything. But you also are a trailblazer, ethereal. You are a number one, soul nature. You are the one, you end up being the one in your family to do this particular thing that ain't nobody else done. Y'all tend to be the first to do X, Y, and Z. That's part of being a number one. You also carry something very specific in your, you say you're very loud. I'm very empathic. I know. You also carry an ancestral assignment. You have a lineage of ancestors who were creatives and who were expressive, but also ancestors who did not express and didn't feel free enough to express. So in the way that you express yourself and your individuality, and you're doing the thing that's weird and different and unique, is also liberating to your ancestors. Okay. And so you have to know that with that number one, oh, you said my family and I have a very bad dynamic, so it sucks. I understand. That's a part of your number one, though. Your number one tends to be the one separate. And that's a part of the journey. I'm gonna look at this, then I'm gonna look into your season. But I just now I'm in your business. Let me take 3. Oh, 4. And it's also a part of your destiny to create spaces for yourself and new routines and new standards and new foundations for yourself. That's a part of your divine mission. And so this is something that is supposed to happen. You said, really? I don't know my ancestors. Yeah, I'm the black sheep, black, goth, and alternative. I get it all the time. And I know you are with that number one you got. But that form of expression and that authenticity, you are, anytime you go against that and try to minimize that and change that or whatever, you are being a stumbling block to the ancestor energy that you have come to liberate. So through your expression, you liberate. Through the things that give you joy, you liberate. So shall your ancestors be liberated. Whether you know their names or not, their energy is there. So this year for you is a master number 11 year. Hey D, how you doing? Is a master number 11 year. And this month for you is a personal 6 month. Okay. With that being said, the first thing this month is going to bring you or has been bringing you is a heightened intuition because of that master number 11, heightened emotion, and heightened awareness. Okay. This thing always want me to do a puzzle when I've been on here for a long time. Come on. Thank you. Everything heightened. So this month, so this year, what is it? It's always a meme. April is a personal 6 month for you, but this year for you is a master number 11. So all year, it's gonna give you very much heightened. I'm naturally intense, so that's kind of funny. well, the intensity is going to increase. This is why it is very important this year that you are mindful of what you entertain, what you allow, what energy you operate with, because the master number 11 is just picks up on everything. So you already being an empath, you are really prone to pick up on things that's really not yours. It has nothing to do with you. So you have to be mindful of that. But that is like the master signal. So you really want to pay attention to your intuition, to all the patterns of things that you're seeing. Because when you have a master number 11 year, the spirit sends downloads like that. Okay? So this is a time where a 6 month in particular focuses a lot on responsibilities, on aesthetics. A 6 month, April, focus a lot on family and on relationships. Okay. So the emotional nature and sensitivity is very high this month. Your relationships, friendships, romantic ships, family ships, whatever, can feel very heavy or super important when we have a month like this and things are revealed and in a 11 year. So pay attention to things that are revealed and coming up to the surface and believe them. Okay, because that's what your whole energetic atmosphere is right now. um and so I really want you to make sure you are taking care of your mental health, because 11 year, a master number 11, even people that have master number 11 in their sacred count tend to have or have had mental breakdowns just because that 11 can short circuit them. So I need you to make sure that you are um what's the word what I'm looking for, decompressing. Okay, making sure you're keeping your head cool and calm. If you do any head washings spiritually, I would suggest coconut water or coconut milk with some mint and some rosemary, or just rosemary, even taking some rosemary, essential oil, dropping it or spraying it in the hair, on the head, rubbing or massaging the head. The rosemary is going to help to provide clarity. The coconut is great for the ori, the head, to keep that in balance and leveled out. I am an overthinker and doing in my current relationship. I believe him, but Lord, overthinker. I understand. Yeah. So you got to know that you are prone to overthinking. And you got to know this: if there's something that's wrong or off, it will be revealed. If it hasn't been revealed, you're just overthinking. Okay? Trust it will be revealed. Okay? I also want to speak to this. This is the time where you must, this month, evaluate where you have been overgiving. Okay? Yeah, yep, I glitch a bit, happened a bit. See, that's what I'm saying. We got no more glitches, ethereal, please. Okay? Overgiving versus the your boundaries. Cannot overextend, overgive, over excuse this month. That will cause you to short circuit. Okay? Cannot do that. Also pay attention to your intuition when that and versus your anxiety. You already know what's right, but here you come with 5 million second guesses. Go with the knowing. Okay? Go with the knowing. I also need you to create or find a place or an activity that gives you ultimate peace, because an 11 year just be on steroids. Okay? So I need you to be mindful of that. Let me pull some ancestor cards for you. I know you were worrying about the financial situation. So we'll get clarity on that. But let me pull some ancestor cards. Oh, the wind, honey. When I tell you the storm and the wind is picking up outside, it's crazy. I see you, Sean. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I want to talk about that came up here. Um, First, you talked about the financial situation. Give me 1 second. So you are you looking for another job right now, or a better paying job or something like that? I'm saying that because the spirit is bringing up either like an unexpected job or financial opportunity that is gonna come just out of nowhere, and you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, I wasn't even thinking about that field, that industry, that thing." It feels like it would be something different that you've done, but it's gonna be all of a sudden. Okay, it's gonna be unexpected. Um, so the financial situation is going to shift, yes. And when you get the opportunity, say yes. It's going to be different. It may be strange, but say yes. You got what? Sweat? What do you mean, sweat? What do you mean you got sweat? Oh, back on your grind again. Okay. Yeah, but it's going to be it's unexpected. So what you need to do with your master number 11 that can send things out into the atmosphere, you need to set forth an intention into the universe, what it is that you need. Declare it, say it, see it, because you have that master number 11. Okay? But it's going to be unexpected and it's going to shift that. When is the last time you went to the doctor and got a full health checkup? You did some spiritual work. Okay, good. Years. I don't have insurance. Okay. Um, Hello, I don't get you. What is that? 2 years. 1 second, Linnell. Give me 1 second. Pretty scared about my health at 33. Okay. This is what I will say. Um, I don't know if you can look for if there's any programs or something that can help. Just provide free screenings or assistance. I feel like there's something going on to where you should get some blood work done. And the beauty of this is, as long as you can know what it is, you can get ahead of it. You understand? It's when you don't do, when you allow fear to rule, that you run into some very bad problems that you don't need to have. Okay? But the spirit is bringing it up here because it's something that you need to do. Okay? Don't be scared, because if you was gonna die, I wouldn't be telling you this, because it ain't no use you going to the doctor. You finna get up out of here. Okay. Um, and I done told the spirit, don't tell me no information like that. If somebody finna get up out of here, I don't want to know that. All I say is that spirit will always, is it cancer? Why you think cancer? The spirit didn't tell me no cancer. But I think you need to figure out a way to get some blood work done. Okay? You only gonna make stuff worse by waiting, and you ain't never. It's already been years since you gone. You may go and they be like, "Oh, child, your vitamin D level is low. That's gonna tear your bones up, and that's what got your mood all over the place. Get some vitamin D, and that may be it." Okay. Remember though, you're in a master number 11 year. That is a year of revealing. So it's gonna come up to the surface either way it goes, whatever it is. Physical, emotional, spiritual. And you will only bring suffering to yourself by you not going, or you giving into fear. Don't go against the flow of life. Go with life. Life is actually trying to help us. Okay? Don't be scared. Don't let the master number 11 happen to you. You happen to it. Okay? The financial situation is going to shift and change. It's going to be sudden and unexpected. But the health thing is what we want to really get on top of. Okay? But you ain't gonna die, so that's not what I'm sensing. And it's all right to be scared, because we all got pain. But we gonna do it scared. And then you can be like, oh, that's it? Okay. And if it is something, you want to know so you can start dealing with it. I didn't see the field. I do feel like it's gonna be different though. For the job, it feels like it's gonna come. It's gonna have you doing something that you didn't think that you. I would never have gone for that, but it actually be something that you can do, and that you're like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. I can work with this, and it pays me well. Okay. But you're gonna be all right, Ethereal. This ain't you're not getting to crash and burn and just collapse and just not have nothing, fall out dead, and be skin and bone sick. Okay. Need to hurry up. Okay. Mm-hmm. 11/6. What's very interesting is you're in a 6 month. So 6 month normally provides you with what's necessary for you to take care of your responsibilities. So let's go ahead and put out into the universe. It'll be this month. How about that? 6 normally brings you that. So make sure you do your part. You're applying and doing your things. But 6 does that for you. So that mass number 11, let it reveal that job you need this month. Okay? Thank you. Jamia. And then I got Sean. All right, Jamia, when's your birthday? What's your full birthday? Did you put it on here? I don't have it. You're welcome. 1998. 98? Oh my God. Live for Jamia at 90 and 97. Like, oh my God, 98. How young and supple. How young and supple. uh, let me see. Is your list still open? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's still open. Oh, and someone on here asked me a question. I have Venmo. Oh Lord. I got Venmo. I think someone asked me that earlier. Yeah, I got Venmo. If you go to the link in my bio, it'll have like PayPal, Venmo. It should have like those things in there. You can use those. All right. Jamia. I can catch you next time. They have Apple Pay and Zelle. Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to put I guess I need an email on my Zelle. I just have a phone number. So you are in a 3 personal year this year. And this month is a 7. 3 personal year focuses on expression and communication. Okay? Lots of messaging. All right. 3 is a number of communication, of expression, of joy, of creativity, and it's very social. Okay. That's the energy of this year. So this is a year that is very communicative, and also of you needing to be seen and express and create. Okay. You have a 7 month this month. 7 is the number of isolation and reflection and inner work. It's the mystic. 7 is the prophet going out into the wilderness and getting all the messages from the divine and coming out with a word for the people. Okay. And so this year, as I said, is a year for you to be seen and expressed. But this month says you need to go within, you need to sit down, you need to reflect, and you need to be still. What have you been in deep reflection about this month? What am I looking at? 9. One, 9. Oh Lord. 119 11. And being myself. Got it. Yeah. Very good. Very good. As you should be. As you should be. So there's going to be a lot of examining of patterns. Okay. And it's important that you ask yourself what, as you're looking at those relationships, the only relationship that you're ever having, Jamia, or connections you're ever having is the one that you're having with yourself. So asking yourself, what has this relationship taught me about me? Or what did this connection, what drew me to this person or to this friendship or this whatever? What is this here and what is keeping me here? What do we have in common? What's the resonance, right? Be an analysis, because 7 also comes to reveal and pull things up from the depths. All right. So there's a lot of things that's going to come to the surface that are not all bad things. Could be really great things, but it's about you and about others. So trust what comes up to the surface. Okay. I also want you to pay attention to the difference between distraction and depth. Be mindful of using fun and social energy or creativity to avoid going within. Don't distract yourself from the real conversations. What I like to say, from the super truth. Like, yeah, that's it. But the super truth is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's the super truth, right? We don't want to make room for distractions. Okay? So what I want you to do is also be mindful this month of, because you've been thinking and studying and analyzing, be mindful of isolating yourself this month, because that 7 tends to bring isolation. There's a difference between isolation and solitude. Solitude is intentionally being with yourself, processing. Isolation is done out of fear. Well, don't do the isolation part. Let's do the solitude part. Okay? I definitely isolate myself, please. And I mean, you almost can't help it. Almost can't help it, because the way this sacred count is set up, you have a lot of ones in your count. Yeah, you got a lot of ones. But one birth gate, one soul nature number. Yeah. So you are solo dolo. You are the one. You are the initiator. You are the one to be separated. You look at your family, you tend to be the first one to do a thing, or the only one to do a thing. I'm the first one going to this, maybe this form of spirituality, or to break off or be separate, right? You are the one. And you're gonna be the one. But you gotta know that being the one, you're the trailblazer, right? You're the example. You tend to go first. And that is just the journey. Right. That's not something for us to be in the corner crying about. Right. That's the journey. Okay. I want to get clear about I did it for 4 years before. LOL. I understand. Let me see what the ancestor cards for you. Lord help. Wait a minute. Do you have a ancestor, a woman that transitioned that was a gum chewer? I just keep saying it's a woman that keeps chewing gum or talking about gum chewing. Does that make sense to you? Who is that? I'm like, why I keep seeing this woman chewing gum? Okay. I mean chewing hard. Okay. As long as there's a resonant, because I was like, this sounds crazy, but I'm just gonna say it. That being said, chew loudly too. Okay. That being said, now let's gag here. The card that flew out is one of the cards that flew out is an ancestor card. That's Miss Sarah. And Miss Sarah is the ancestor of mothering. And Miss Sarah specifically speaks to women in your ancestry coming through. So that's gagging me that was the card that came through. And I see this woman chewing. You like, that's honey, they choose to chew and chew hard. Okay. And so this card here coming up is wanting you to make sure that in this time you are leaning into your self-care, okay, and that you are considering yourself, and you are asking how are you're paying attention to how you can mother yourself. This also tends to come out when the ancestors recognize that you are hard on yourself and they want to invite you to some compassion. Okay. And if you don't have anyone in your life that can help you in that way or create a space for you and be the mother and mother you, then you need to create a space for yourself and mother yourself. So they need you to calm down and stop stressing yourself up. I got you, Nakwazi. And stop being so hard on yourself, because you're not helping. You're not helping yourself when you do that to you. So can you like stop that, please? Can you stop doing that like that? You got the butcher knife here, which is the card of betrayal, but this came in reverse, which is a self-betrayal. So this is you denying your intuition and ignoring the red flags. Can you stop gaslighting yourself, because you know what the tea is? Okay? Stop it. Next card that comes out here is the closet, which is hidden information. There's some hidden information that's getting ready to bust up to the surface and the scene. And it's actually something that's going to confirm what it is that you know and got had the evidence of. But you got to believe that. So there's some hidden truths. Your intuition is correct. And don't be betraying yourself. And it's going to come to the surface very soon. Very soon. So if it is that you sense the day is a liar, I want you to know that you're correct. There is a liar. But the truth would come to the surface. It's going to come to the surface. Okay? Come on, intuition. Thank you. I got Sean, AD, and then I got Nakwasi. I love Nakwasi's name. You're so welcome. You're welcome. Hearts to you. Oh, no. Add it here. $40. You're so welcome. $40. Okay, so it's Sean, then it's AD, and then it's Nakwasi. Sean, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? And what is your birthday, Sean? What's your birthday, Sean? What is your birthday, Sean? Tell me today. 98. All you 98s are coming through here. Get out of here, 98. Oh. Wait a minute. Is my math correct? Okay. Uh-huh. All right. Come on, Matt. Come on, math. And so then that means, oh, come on, Sean. 1, you're master number 11. You're master number 11. Baby, let me tell you about your master number 11s. Y'all are intense people. Sean, master number 11 people are intense. Okay? Master number 11 people. Y'all feel stuff on like a whole nother level. And you got an ancestral current of 9. Already makes sense. I mean, yeah, y'all, because master number 11 is like, it's the supernatural antenna. So it's the radar. You don't got no covering. And so y'all are prone to y'all are always on the edge. Don't push me because I'm close to the edge and I'm getting ready to lose it. So When you got that 11, you got to keep that mind right. Okay, because y'all be ready to break down a glitch in the matrix. Hit the big red button. Okay? Yes. At everything. It's live footage of the, and then knocking everything over. It's the match number 11. Y'all will have a mental breakdown in a minute. So you have to do all your meditation. Whatever you do to keep your mind calm, I need you to keep doing that. Because it is just the sensitivity. But what that tends to mean is y'all be knowing what the fuck y'all talking about. And you know what you feel. And then the people come up here and try to gaslight you and act like what you feeling ain't what it is that you actually feel. And that's going to send you over the edge. I'm on the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge. So that being said, you are in a personal 4-year. 4 is the number of structure and discipline and foundation. 4 is the number of routines. So you have more than likely been getting gut check about the way you've been doing things and flowing things and having to get yourself a whole new plan and flow together this year. And if you have not, I've come today to tell you that that is the problem. Okay. The 4-year comes to reveal to us where we need to be more strict and disciplined in our flow. That's the 4-year. The 4-year says, listen, sweetie, you're going to need this discipline and you're going to need this consistency and you're going to need this routine and you're going to need to stop playing on our top. Okay, our top as in your own top. You're going to need to stop playing on it. Okay. Your personal month this month is an 8. 8 is the number of power moves and pressure. Okay. And authority and also money. So this is a build plus a power month. What you are building, planning, so forth and so on in this month is going to end up yielding power, success, and funds. Okay? May not yield it immediately this month, but what it is that you establish, the routine, the flow, even if it's a saving thing where you're deciding to save money like this or do this way or whatever, financial, anything, it's working out towards your financial success and your stability, and you feel like you have more power over your life than you do currently. Okay, so this month is going to feel responsibility heavy. There's going to be an extra focus, has been, and going to continue to be an extra focus on money, on work, on stability. You may feel like you're being pressured to step up, or pressure to perform or lead. That's just what the 8-month does. Okay. But what's being highlighted is the spirit of avoidance that you have. So I need you to be mindful of that. How you respond to pressure. Remember, you got that mass number 11. So this also can be about making sure you have healthy ways to respond to pressure and not just being pressure cooked. Okay. Okay. And pressurized. Pay attention to how you feel overwhelmed by responsibilities and how your procrastinating spirit kicks in. And also how you just go into a doubt spiral. Cut that out. And also issues with control come to the forefront during the 8-month. You can only control what you can. And Sean, there's going to be some things you can't control. And you're just going to have to get over it. Okay. So the focus is to stay disciplined. Get your long-term goals. They will pan out. This is the whole foundation setting. People want to jump to the 5. 5 is movement and change, but you can't have the change and the movement if you don't set the foundation in the 4. That's the point of the 4. You got a whole shift change coming next year. That's gonna have you in a whole new world. But you're gonna have to make sure this year that you set yourself up for that. Because that will be the difference between freedom and recklessness, which I was talking about earlier. Excuse me. Let's see what the ancestor cards have to say for you. And nothing about y'all mass number 11s. Y'all be suspicious as hell. Y'all are suspicious. It take a long time for you to trust the motherfucker. Excuse me. Y'all be suspicious. Y'all are live footage of the 2 + 2 is 6 because 2 + 2 is 4, but there's another 2 that they don't tell you about because the government, that's y'all. That's that master number 11. Anyway. My trust just got me looking at everyone with this side eye. Sean, you probably looking at Sean as like, nah, I've known you for years, but I'm still looking like this may be the day nigga reveal the true colors. This might be the day. He's your warlock. That's also y'all number 11s. Y'all will sit back and watch a motherfucker for a long time before y'all say a thing. Because it's the suspicion. It's the suspicion. So there's a couple things that have come out here for you. One card in particular is a Savannah. Savannah is the ancestor of balance. Savannah represents ancestors in your lineage who were excellent at time management. These were managers, coordinators, kind leaders, event planners. All those people. This is the ancestor. So if you have an ancestor that transition, that this connects to, that you're like, you know what, that sounds like so-and-so. They were they were serious about time, serious about finishing. Do you know of a man who has transitioned that was a coach? The spirit keeps showing me a man blowing a whistle, like it's like a coach whistle, or was a trainer, or I don't know, trainer may be strong, but like a coach. Are you familiar with that? Meditate on that. Because that's what the spirit just showed. Like it's a man that either a coach, I don't know, there's a football coach, or is this coach, or is this somebody that's like, it's like a blowing of a whistle, like get in line type of an energy. It gives me coach. I don't think drill sergeants have whistles. Do drill sergeants have whistles? I don't know, but it's like that type of energy. You familiar with a man, that transition? Because this is an energy that's here. Think about that. Yeah, because they keep showing me a whistle. Someone blowing a whistle. I feel like there's someone that's though connected to this type of energy. This like on it. Efficient. Time management. On it. Hey, Virtuous Libra. So when Savannah shows up in reverse, this is a sign for you that you got to make sure that you balance. Okay, Sean, you got to make sure that you're balanced because right now the scales are not balanced. And this is a part of what this month is doing, this year is doing, is helping you get yourself to and together. Okay. So I need you to pay attention to where you are either over giving, overextending, over committing. Um, but we're just out of balance. That needs to be your word, Spirit. Bring forth the balance. Balance my divine feminine energy, my sacred masculine energy. Bring myself into balance. Okay? Because we either lean in one side or the other. If we are hyper in our if we're not out of balance feminine energy, then we are stagnant and at a standstill. We feel paralyzed. We're not really doing. If we are in an imbalance in our divine masculine energy or sacred masculine energy, then we tend to be doing the most. Over aggressive. Okay. Not really heeding wisdom, being too hard and sporadic. It's about the balance. So your prayer needs to be this month, Spirit, bring me the balance. Allow me to see the balance so that I can take the best advantage of this year, which is stability, that four, right? Yeah, that four. How can I balance out my life? How can I get the structure, the routine, something that is balanced? Okay. Keep that. So do reorganization and making sure you schedule yourself in. Do not disturb whatever you got to do on your phone. But this is a time of balance. There's also a proverb that says, following everyone, the boy jumped off the bridge. This is also encouraging you to stick to your guns, stick to your intuition, and what you are called to do is not going to look like what everyone else is doing. And that is just going to have to be all right. But you are not in a season of doing what everyone else is doing. And in fact, that's not even a part of your divine design. You are a leader, an initiator, and you are going to always be the one that is doing the different thing and being a trailblazer. Tough, tough kid, but we got to be balanced so that we could clearly hear and be in alignment with our intuition. Okay, Sean? Yes, Sean, you got to tell me, you got to if you can't think right off, ask a relative or something. Like who was like a coach or something. Cause that whistle, they're not leaving me alone. It's like a man. Maybe it's a masculine energy, maybe it's not a man. But this was like a man that was didn't play no games. Might have been called coach or may have been like had that type of a personality. What the hell? Oh hell, that's wind blow, baby. I almost took off running. Some wind blew something along the house. Baby, I was almost out of here. Okay. I was almost out of here. All of this was going to come crashing down. I have AD and then I have Naquazi. And then my list is closed. Child. Did y'all hear that when that happened? I don't know if y'all could. Y'all probably couldn't hear it. Baby, that thing sounded like you heard that? I was like, no, there's a corner over here. There's nothing, nobody up here. It sounded like something. I was like, no, I did not nothing down. It sounded like something under me was like, I don't know, but it's so windy outside. Like it's windy. It's like the trees is like losing it. Okay, AD, you're on TikTok. Okay. Here we go. Child support. I love AD. AD's an OG. Okay. We gets down to it. Okay. What is going on with y'all in this year? Everybody is in. There's so many master number 11s. Oh my God. You are in a master number 11 year. Uh-huh. Year 4, 6. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. It gotta be right. 4. Mm-hmm. Plus 1. Yeah, that's it. That come to 10, 11. That's master number 11. Okay. So you are in a master number 11 year, AD. First thing I'm going to say about this year, emotional and spiritual. Okay? Because all of your sensitivity is on a 10,000. Okay? Because you're in the master number 11 year, heightened emotion, heightened sensitivity, heightened intuition. There's also feelings of like an awakening that can happen in a master number 11 year. And so 6, um, this personal month 6, uh, April focuses on relationships and home and responsibility. Okay, that's all 6. So emotional intensity is high. Your relationships are coming into focus this month, have been, and will continue till the month's over. And also you may feel called to examine how you've been showing up for family, or what's really your responsibility and what's not your responsibility. Um, and also kids can bring in a month of feeling overwhelmed, you know, feeling stretched. So spirit is talking to you, but life is also being real demanding at this time. Okay. And so when you have a master number 11 year, you have to really be mindful of your energy conservation so you don't short circuit. Okay, because it's a lot of stuff going on here. maybe more than usual, because that's the 11. The 11 is, oh, excuse me, supercharged on the head. Okay. The 6 also, though, because it focuses on family, the year that 11 is a revealer. So there's a lot that is going to be revealed. You're going to have a lot of revelations. What part? Can you repeat that? Oh, I don't know what part. I said relationships coming into focus in the 6 month this month. And also things being revealed about relationships. You learning what's your responsibility, what's not, and you having a lot of revelations. So revealed is not necessarily you finding things out about them, but rather revelations happening. Like, oh, I didn't even realize this. This is what this was, or this is what this is about, or this is why this is happening, or dang, that's how you been this whole time and I didn't pay attention. So this is going to be a year of revelations. You're going to feel like every other day is a aha moment. Okay. Here's the thing. I want you to also examine this month intuition versus obligation. Knowing what is right. Y'all, my mustache hair keeps tickling my nose. Stop this. I gotta shave this. Knowing what's right, but still choosing what's comfortable or expected. Doing stuff out of obligation versus doing stuff because you know that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Be mindful of that and make the distinction. Okay. One is spirit and one is a story that we have made up. Okay. So set emotional boundaries this month. Listen to your intuition. Prioritize your home. If you feel the need to redecorate, move some stuff around, change some things, change some scents in your home, do something different, do that. Okay. That's what the 6 brings. Okay. 6 brings a lot of that. Okay. Take care of yourself first. Don't let your family, friends, and loved ones stress you out, psych you out, overstimulate you because you're already in that 11 year. Okay. Let me see what the ancestor cards have to say for you. And you know, you got that 6 birth gate. So you already are naturally tuned into family, relationships, that 6 energy. Hey, Dr. Jones. AD, where are you from again? And do you have like ancestors that will listen to like rock and roll or like the blues? Like blues? Can you think of like, because they keep showing me all this blues, like rock and roll may be strong, but like blues music. When in your time with your ancestors, I want you to start playing some blues. Okay. And see what comes up. Because there's like some blues. Like they want to hear the blues. Okay. And I know there's millions of types of blues, but just do that. My page lets me know it's time for a check-in. Truly, because I have been gone. So you already know. Okay, let's see. What's a message for AD? What's a message for AD? It's interesting. Honey at the bottom. Placement. So there's two cards that comes out here. The first card is the garden. And the garden represents a season of your life that is for growth and for development. Okay? And the ancestors are asking you to plant new seeds and tend to the seeds that are already planted. This is also a message on making sure you're grounded. Of course, they're going to bring a grounding message because mass number 11 can be so up in the clouds. All right. And so, of course, they'll bring a message on grounding. Yeah, they want you to make sure that you are not too high, too active, but that you are not forgetting your grounding, that you're keeping yourself centered and focused, okay, on what's developing. Okay. In addition to that, we have the toothbrush here. The toothbrush is an object here. And the toothbrush is always about us needing to be mindful of our words. Particularly, this was reversed. So you really have to be mindful of negative self-talk because the words you speak will program the thoughts that you think, which will then start to show up in your atmosphere. Okay. So cleanse your palate. We can't be too negative, especially when got that master number 11, because that means your effect on your atmosphere is so strong just by the words you say. Therefore, what do I need to start speaking to change my environment? How can I empower myself? What affirmations, what prayers, right? Very important. Okay. What you say in this is going to determine the season. You got that mass number 11. Okay. Thank you. And last, but certainly not least, Nakwasi. You're so welcome. Okay, let's do it. Go to the link and hop on the schedule so we can get that knocked out. What's today? Is today Saturday? So we gotta catch up. We gotta get down to all the things. Yeah, my list is closed because I have to leave. But I'll be back on tomorrow. Okay, here we go, Naquazi. Let me look at your stuff. I'll get a one-on-one. Bye, baby. Okay, bye. See ya. Naquazi. Naquazi, when's your birthday? Do all the moves. Anytime you want. 9/14/1995. So that means you are in 6-person year. This is a 1-personal month. 1-personal month. Naquazi, have you gotten the promotion or the increase in pay yet? Or have you been wanting that at the job? No. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, but you've been taking on more responsibilities. Like responsibilities at work, like they've been giving you more responsibilities. Is that what you're saying? Only been there for 5 months. Oh, okay. So you just got this job. Okay. So this was transitioning into your year. You got the job. Okay. Well, that's the new for this year. I wonder if that's the new. Um. Okay. What I will say is that if you do feel after some time, I don't know what the requirement is for how long, you're like, okay, now I'm taking on more responsibility than I initially was going to be taking on. Is there any way that I could get an increase in a raise, girl? You're in favor to do that for this year. You're in a 6-personal year, which does center responsibility. Okay. And being able to have what is necessary to take care of your responsibilities, financial responsibilities, the home, things like that. Um, so you're in a 6 year, as I said, 6 year centers relationships and home and emotional accountability too. But this month is a number 1 month, which is a new beginning month, which is a new decision month, a new action month. So life is asking you to start something new within your relationships and within your responsibilities. So if you think about your relationships and your responsibilities, meditate on what it is that you need to do differently, or what needs to evolve. What's the new step you need to take within them? Okay. This can look like new decisions with your family. This can look like shifts in relationship dynamics. Um, you being pushed to take control of a situation. All of that is that 6 energy with that number 1. Okay. I want you to be mindful though of this pattern of avoidance and leaders versus leadership. Knowing a decision needs to be made, but then waiting and delaying and overthinking. Okay. I want you to pay attention to that pattern. Okay. That's one facet of it. And another facet of it is overgiving versus self-direction. So putting others first versus, or rather, and ignoring what they actually want. Okay. So pay attention to that. This is the time for you to make clear choices, clear decisions, for you to really affirm and take the leadership in your life. This is a time for you to set boundaries in your relationships or adjust boundaries, lessen boundaries. I don't know, make adjustments to them and choose what aligns with you now. Okay? Don't be afraid to update that. What you do not want to do is wait for things to fix themselves. You do not want to let guilt be your decision maker. You don't want to stay passive. Okay? So that's all happening in this atmosphere of the 6. You may feel the urge to redo your look, revamp your look, really dive into self-care in the 6th year. Redo your home, redecorate, clean, change homes, move. All of that, go in the direction of that, because that's what the 6 comes to do. The 6 comes to beautify, okay? And make sure home is taken care of. Been updating my home decor. Yeah. That's exactly what you should be doing. Ooh, sitting in this chair for a long time. I can get another cushion in this chair. Ooh, child, okay. Let me see what the ancestors here. Javon requests to join. Javon, do I know you, Javon? Or no, that's Jackson. That's an X. Jackson, do I know you? Let's see no problem. That's so interesting. What is that? I want you to let me in, please. Not gonna happen. I don't know you, Jackson. I'm a big fan. A big fan of me. Doing from what? Why are you a fan of me? I want you to look up, Nakwazi, the world card, the world tarot card. I've never had a card pop up to me like that. You have good personality. Thank you so much. I've never had a card pop up like that. But the world card, from what I remember in tarot, the world card is an excellent card. But what's the wreath? The world tarot card. But the wreath, is there a wreath on it? Come on, tarot brain. Isn't there a wreath? I gotta mute you, Jackson. Let me see. What is that? It's like a wreath or something that the spirit keeps showing me. Yes. Okay, boom. What does the wreath mean? Hold on. I can't pull the card. Wreath represents a victory laurel, symbolizing wholeness and the successful culmination of a journey and the continuous cycle of life. It indicates a yes to achievements and a transition to new beginnings. Okay. Completion and success. Period. Period. Yeah, victory and success. Absolutely. So that's marked in this season for you. Now, my question is, from why? Oh, that's a part of your ancestor. That's your ancestor current. So your ancestors are going to be assisting you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And making sure that you are experiencing that this year. Completion, fulfillment, and achievements. So let's see from the positives. Oh wow. Pause. You are currently getting your degree in healthcare administration. I need y'all gotta clock this. The card that flew out first is Mama Lily. Mama Lily is an ancestor card. Okay? Mama Lily is the ancestor of healing. You type at the same time, I'm currently getting my degree in healthcare administration. Health is also related to the 6. And you feel like your job is aligning you. Out comes out the ancestor of healing that absolutely represents the ancestor in your lineage who were the healers. These are the ancestors that were the medicine women, the nurses, the doctors, the herbalists, the gardeners, the folks who knew how to live off the land. And this came up here upright. If that ain't a divine confirmation to your success, Sherrod was here. Everybody caught my show on. Oh my God. Hi, Sherrod. That is crazy. Not your show was on. That is a confirmation from your ancestors. I literally was just like, oh, that's your ancestral current is a 6. They're going to be assisting you in achieving and that full circle cumulatively, things coming all together. And out comes out the card that is representing your ancestors, the ancestors of healing. So what you got to know is that even through your work in healthcare, you have a natural pull towards anything dealing with healing. There is something in that journey that is going to be healing to your lineage, to your ancestors. In particular, it's so interesting. This also supports in you detoxing your body, making sure that you're also healing yourself. But think about ancestors who might have been wrongfully affected by poor healthcare administration, right? Ancestors who were done wrong by medical systems. Okay, there is something that you're coming to course correct in that lineage, and they're assisting you in that path. So, ancestors and cumulative success and achievements, and that wreath in the world card is absolutely accurate and absolutely correct. That is powerful. And you got the tree house, which speaks to your inner child work, where you need to also affirm that, girl, Make sure that you're doing joyful things, things that are making you happy, not just things that are tied to work. Um, because that's very important. Okay. And you also got Aunt Effie. This is the ancestor. This is another ancestor card here. These are ancestors who are not afraid of confrontation. These are the ancestors that says tomorrow's not promised. Cuss their ass out today. They want to encourage you to make sure that you're not letting nobody walk on all over you, even if it's yourself. Okay, that you are making sure that you are leading forth with confidence, and you're not letting the motherfucker play on your time. Okay, as well. Aunt Effie don't play no games. Aunt Effie's his ancestor is a straight shooter. No nonsense, strong will, very bold, very self-sufficient. And you have all of that energy in you, but you also need to find time for the play. I've been neglecting joyous things lately because I've been focusing on the work. Right. You got to have time for the play. Okay? But congratulations and loan me $5 once you have all your financial success. Get me a pork chop sandwich, girl. Okay. I think that was the last on my list. Yeah. Naquazi was the last on my list. Thank you, Naquazi. All right, y'all. We are done with the list today of readings. Is there something that y'all want to talk about before we go? Some you want my opinion on, my viewpoint on before we get out of here? Like I said, what you think about this? Hi, Peaches Brown. Good to see you. Come on, new. Listen, I'm a spiritualist. Okay. I am an Afro-numerologist, black. Okay. We doing some black stuff going on here. It's always gonna be some black ass shit going on, excuse me. Clairvoyant, we talk hoodoo, we talk healing, we talk culture. We don't do no misogynistic, homophobic, none of the foolishness. So we talk about everything. And we choose no suffering. Look to your neighbor and say no suffering. Okay, we're not doing none of that stuff. And we gonna laugh. That's one thing for sure. We gonna laugh. Okay, hell. You got to laugh. I love your ancestor altar 101 video. Really? Thank you. I did that video so long ago. I'm gonna make another one. Thank you. You know what's so strange? I think I have been on here on social media since I know TikTok, I think what 2021, 22, 22, 2021. I don't know. Lord, 2021. Oh yeah, go ahead. Um, and it's so interesting how we have to give ourselves permission to evolve, because there's some of the things that I thought and practiced and knew at that time that things just have shifted for me. So I no longer or I've learned more. Not necessarily about that altar thing, but just made me think about just we evolve. We got to keep giving ourselves permission to evolve. You're always going to evolve. You always need to give yourself permission to change your mind. You have the right to change your mind. And you got to know that, yes, this is what I thought at that time, and this is what I think now. I have the right to change my mind and to evolve. And in fact, I'm going to take every opportunity I can to evolve. Oh God, here she go. Oh God, here she go with this child. But anyway, yeah, we've been on here for 2 hours and some change. So I was looking on here, and it's somebody going off on some stuff that just don't, like when people. I'm a type of person like I don't like talking about a problem that I can't fix or that we're not trying to fix. You know, we just got the problem. And people who just want to keep a problem without a solution, that's what you want. I also feel that like about people who have a problem with me and don't tell me, but tell other people. You just want an audience. You don't have a real issue because you would have brought it to the table. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. It's like, is this a real problem? I don't think you got a real problem. You just talking about this. It's not a real problem. You just want something to talk about. You actually like this. And there's people that just like problems. You be like, okay, you just want to have an issue. And that's your business. Here's the beauty. By all means, choose to have problems. That's your business. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't my business. All right. I love y'all from a light filled place. I'm going to get on up out of here. Remember that if you saw my video, if you're going to watch this later on, or you saw me today, I'm your sign to continue, to not give up, to not give in, okay? But to go on. I will talk to y'all later. Peace, everybody.